I'ma hit y'all with this since most don't wanna read shit. I'ma hit y'all with this since most don't wanna read shit. I'ma hit y'all with this since most don't wanna read shit. Alto Knights, Sever Review. The streets of LA are buzzing about the takedown of Big U and the notorious Rolling 60s Crip Gang. Barry Levinson's The Alto Knights hits the box office to double down on the facts of U.S. organized crime and how snitches and rats are a part of that dirty game. Mafioso legend Robert De Niro stars in the opposing roles as both Frank and Vino, childhood friends who take differing paths to gain influence in Manhattan's underbelly. The former, an illegal gambler who launders his winnings amongst politicians, and the latter, a hothead who is involved in nearly every murder within the film because of his ignorant passion. I believe I was listening to the Star Report when the question was posed as to why De Niro does not get reprimanded by the Italian community by consistently portraying stereotypical Italian mafiosos in U.S. cinema. It could be chalked up to the fact that films like Alto Knights are period pieces, reflective historical accounts. But at merit, I don't mind seeing De Niro in this, as he admits towards the end of the film that immigrant classes, such as the Italians, got rich off crime in the States, and that the U.S. essentially was built off the backs of exploiting its indigenous people to allow crime to run rampant by primarily European immigrants that paid bribes to law enforcement and politicians to look the other way and keep the cogs of criminality turning. It's as sobering as watching the many sit-downs between Vino and Frank, as Vino constantly reminds Frank that he's still a criminal, no matter how much he dresses it up. Given my personal demographic as a black U.S. citizen who gets criminalized, often just for being a part of the class of the working homeless, I enjoyed watching the gangsters get taken down in this film as much as I enjoy criminal enterprises get taken down in 2025. I've always lived by the axiom ascribed by 50 Cent: if I can't get no money with you, then fuck you. As I transition into my 30s, throughout my 29 years in the physical, no one ever put me into any route to fast money through criminality, and I am international now. I come from a metropolis, so I have no pity when I see sting operations go down or criminals in cuffs. Having drug addicts essentially as my neighbors on the streets nationwide for the past 4 years has also given me a particular disdain towards drug peddlers, so I don't look at bootleg liquor runs during the U.S. Prohibition era as something to be celebrated. If I would have saw Alto Knights as a kid, I would have most likely taken this film as a glorification picture of the mafioso lifestyle. As an adult, who's now lived around Italians in the East Coast, I took in Alto Knights as a story that shows just how ugly U.S. history is. The only time I applauded throughout the film was when Frank walked out of the court proceedings using an agency of natural law. That moment was something that reminded me that there are loopholes in the U.S. and its crooked system that values criminality over most other tenets. Other than that, a film like this made me disgusted that as a child I ever aspired to get into a gang lifestyle. From De Niro to Frazier, everyone in this film looked incredibly sloppy. When it was revealed that Vino dies of congestive heart failure, I laughed aloud. Platters of excessive flesh were served throughout the film. Penthouse suites depicted. One mob boss even brags about his 16 square foot living room. Minks on dogs, U.S. decadence, all built off the backs of U.S. criminality. It just did not sit right with me. The last film I saw De Niro in, he was playing grandfather to some kid with special needs. Frazier, The Well. Alto Knights just feels like a regression of sorts for every notable actor that starred in this film. Even Ford Coppola got the picture last year and did Metropolis. Alto Knights, in the DJ Vlad U.S. immigrant crisis era, is honestly a film released in bad taste, piling on further evidence as to why this European country is not as great as advertised.